You can't write a fun story without really diving into tropes. And I love breaking tropes. And the trope that I really dug my claw into my work in progress, which is I accidentally reanimated the Billionaire's Hellhound. I'm getting better. It's a mouthful. Is miscommunication. We see it all the time, right? The miscommunication trope. And there's a couple of ways we see it unfold. Someone says something and then the other person doesn't hear it. And usually what they say, especially in a romance setting of any kind or comical setting, is usually their real feelings about the person or their hopes or, hey, you can stay with me. Oh no, I couldn't intrude, but I really want you to stay with me because I'm really into you. Yeah, right? And the other one, we never, and what I hate about the miscommunication trope is we never truly know or get confirmation necessarily of whether or not the significant other, the love interest, whoever we're talking to or misheard or didn't quite hear, whether or not they really heard, right? We never truly know. Are they in denial? Did they really hear and just don't want to embarrass them? There's a big thing, right? And the other side of miscommunication trope is that someone says something and it's either taken literal or non-literal from its intent, right? Hey, we're going to have to fix this, right? And they're like implying relationship. They're thinking, but the other person can miscommunicate thinking it's what they're actively working on, right? Oh, you're absolutely right. This car is a mess. We really need to fix this. And they're like, because they were talking about fix this not being together, right? There's always miscommunication on that level. So how am I breaking this trope? How can I possibly break this trope? Because that's a very interesting challenge I've set for myself that I think you guys as readers are going to adore. First, he always hears and he always confirms. He always, like, first chapter, you guys, she's having a hard time focusing because he's really hot. And there's no qualms that she's physically attracted to this other character. And she realizes that he's so much taller than her that she's eye level with his pecs. And he asks, how much do I owe you? And she says, one huge pecky dollars. I mean, $150. I mean, you need to go to the front desk because $150, that's for just the exam alone, right? So she's struggling. And he goes, yeah, they are huge. Because he's a bit of an ego. He takes pride in who he is. And he's very outgoing and extroverted. So even in the first chapter, that is miscommunication broken down. It is that first trope we just discussed, right? Where they say something or missay something. And instead of getting that norm of they have no idea or they didn't hear or they feigned that they didn't hear or something of the sorts, we get instant confirmation and feedback back to the character in which misspoke, right? So now she's devastated and has this whole thing. And this happened on several levels throughout the story that I've written. 108,000 words, guys, so far. It's still going. So you get plenty of this comical gold that is created. Thanks for reverse engineering this trope a little bit. The other thing is that he's like, we need to get this resolved. They're in sync. They know. So there's no more of that. But then I took it to another level. And that's, what if he knows, like knows, on point knows, every time she thinks about him in that way. And that very saucy, inappropriate way that we tend to do as people when we have a crush on someone or we find someone attractive. We can't help it. It's sort of our nature. And it's in his nature to know when people perceive him that way because of what he is. And I'm not telling you what he is. It's part of the whole ordeal, right, of this novel. But he keeps saying things to let her know, and she accuses him of some stuff, and he's like, no, that's not it. And then she is all upset and flustered and interrupts him a lot. So there's the interruption part of the miscommunication trope that happens a lot in this. So it's very interesting. But I can't wait to see how you guys perceive and feel about how I've remolded the miscommunication trope throughout this novel. Because it's, like I said, it's made for some very fun and very comical moments. So what do you guys think about the miscommunication trope? Is there a favorite moment in a book or a movie or television series that you've seen this unfold that just made the moment so much better? Tell me in the comments.